Okay, let's be real for a second. If procrastination was an Olympic sport, we'd all be gold medalists. So you sit down to study, you open the book, you read one line, and suddenly you get the urge to check your phone because maybe, I don't know, someone called you or someone left you a message, and you might think, okay, it's just one message. I'll reply to this, I'll keep my phone down and start studying. But no, 3 hours later, you are on YouTube watching how did the universe start, or is God real? Okay, so the question is, why do we procrastinate so much? And the answer is not that we're lazy, it's something else. Okay, so procrastination is not a time problem, it's a problem of our brain. So your brain is literally biologically wired against you. See, a brain has two systems. One is a rational brain, the part of the brain that plans, thinks long term, and says things like let's study now so you don't panic later. And then there's the emotional brain, the part that wants comfort, pleasure, and the dopamine rush. So obviously the emotional brain wins most of the time. And when the brain does a task like studying, working, or something important, it doesn't see future success. What it sees is boredom, stress, discomfort, and your brain hates that discomfort. Your brain hates these feelings. So it goes like, hmm, let's just scroll for some time and feel good instantly. And boom, that's how you start procrastination. Here's the thing nobody tells you, procrastination is actually emotional regulation. You're not avoiding the task, you are just avoiding how the task makes you feel. So think about it. You procrastinate when you're scared you'll fail, you feel overwhelmed, you don't know where to start, you want it to be perfect. It's not laziness. And let's talk about dopamine for a second. So it's basically your brain's motivation chemical. Studying delays dopamine like hours later, but your phone, instant dopamine. That Instagram scrolling session, it gives you so much dopamine that you can never get from studying or from any source. So one swipe, one reel, one clip, instant dopamine. Your brain doesn't care about your future, it cares about how it's feeling good right now. So when given a choice between studying for long-term success or watch one funny video right now, your brain will say obviously watch the video. And then comes the biggest lie your brain tells you, I'll do it later. Later feels safe, later feels responsible, later feels productive, but later is just a polite word for never. Your brain also loves saying things like, I work better under pressure, I'll be motivated tomorrow, just one more video. But motivation doesn't come before starting, it comes after starting. Wanting to feel motivated is like waiting for your car to move before turning the key. And another big reason why we procrastinate is that the task feels too big. When you say, I need to study everything, your brain hears unclear effort, unknown pain, massive workload. So, because of this extreme pressure, extreme workload, this big task, your brain shuts down. But if you say, I'll just read one page, I'll study for 5 minutes, I'll just open the book, suddenly your brain goes like, oh, that's fine, it's not that big, I can deal with this. So that's why starting is the hardest part. Not finishing, not continuing, just starting. Once you get past that barrier, there's nothing that can stop you. So, for example, in my case, I love to play piano, and one of my dream was to play the Interstellar theme song in piano. So when I looked at the arrangement, when I looked at the notes, the piano notes, I was actually very discouraged because I have never tried to practice anything this complicated before. So just looking at the notes, it made me feel discouraged. It made me not want to play. But I don't know how, but somehow I overcame that and I started playing. And I know it was a big task. The notes. It was big. There are so many pages, but I made them into sections, divided them into smaller sections so I can learn one section per day or one section per 2 days. So I chopped it up into bits and pieces, making it easier for me to play. And the main thing is, it made my mind feel easier. It made my mind feel at ease that, oh yeah, it's not that bad, I can play this if I practiced. So yeah, it's just a mindset. It's just, once you start it, you will be motivated, you will want to continue, you will want to finish it. But the thing is, you have to start it. So yeah, after, so it took me 3 months to fully finish that song, practicing that song. But at the end of 3 months, I was so happy. I never expected myself, I never imagined myself to be playing a song that is as hard as this or as iconic as this song. So I was extremely happy once I'm done with this. So the key takeaway is that you need to get starting. You need to get started. So the important thing is, you need to overcome the fear, overcome the mental barrier that your brain has set. If you overcome that and you start doing it, then no one can stop you. So procrastination is not because you're lazy, it's this, that your brain doesn't like the feeling of being under stress, the feeling of discomfort. So at that time when you are stressed, it wants some instant gratifications, wants some instant dopamine rush to feel good. So dopamine is a feel good hormone, so it wants that. That is the reason why you are delaying, that is the reason why you are procrastinating. So if you want to study something that is big, if you want to study something that is hard, the most important thing that you want to do is split it up. Split it up into easily digestible pieces, so that your brain will think that, oh, it's not that bad, it's small, I can knock this out in a few minutes or an hour, but I can do this. So you want your brain to think like that. That's how you beat procrastination. So this is just me giving my thoughts on procrastination and how to cope with it, and how I dealt with, I mean, even though I am talking like this, I still fall and pray for procrastination so many times, but I am trying my best to overcome it whenever possible. So I use this method to try to overcome it, and it works most of the time. So I'm just telling this to you guys, so thinking that it might help you. So hopefully you find this video helpful, and thank you for watching. See you.